Hello, hello. Happy New Year. It is New Year, New Me time. That's what we say every year. But welcome to Lofo's Lounge, the podcast where I don't plan anything and I just sit here and speak and let you guys listen to me ramble for 15 to 20 minutes. Well, this is where we're going to start. Happy New Year, of course. It is 2024. I haven't talked to you guys in a year since 2023. A lot of things have happened. A lot of new things are coming into fruition. And first off, I'm going to start by saying no, I did not see the aliens. I was down in Miami. I'm guessing some of you, most of you, have probably seen the news where this mall, there was kids with fireworks and there was 70, 50, 100 million officers that pulled up for kids with fireworks. Now, I wasn't at the mall, but I was in the area. I did hear some sirens, but I mean, you're in a big city, you hear sirens, so you just overlook it. There's speculations, there's people that are saying there was 10-foot aliens, there's a couple videos, but we live in 2024 now. Media is crazy. Things can spread like that. Literally, you put something out on the internet and you can reach millions of people in a matter of seconds. So, do I believe it was aliens? Not really. Some people are saying that the airport was shut down. I got on a flight a couple days after the incident, so I didn't see anything. I didn't get affected anything. So, for all I know, it could be real, it could be fake, but that's how the new year started. We got aliens, we got Cat Williams outing everybody, and we got this Epstein stuff that is still going on today, and apparently a bunch of stuff just got released, which is kind of scary. If you think about it, we have a bunch of child trafficking, a bunch of celebrities that are involved with this, and hopefully your favorite celebrity is not on the so-called list that's supposed to be coming out. But if they are, RIP to their careers. But what do we have going on in our lives? What are we doing? What am I doing? My waiver got approved. I am going to be hopefully shipped out to basic training soon, which is New Year, New Me, I guess. We'll call it New Year, New Me. We are trying to launch our TikTok business, which is going to involve clothing, some other products. I'm not going to out any of the names yet because we don't have anything trademarked yet. We don't have anything that can be spoken to existence without giving away what we're doing, if that makes sense. But what else have we got going on? We today is what, the 9th, the 10th? Today's the 9th. We're 9 days into the new year. We got some chaos. We already got funny memes. So the new year, new me is looking like the same thing all over again. We are 4 years out of 2020 COVID, and apparently there is another COVID strain that is going around. New York, here I'm in New York City, and they just released that if you're going to go to the doctor, you have to mask up again. It is mandatory, which is not a good sign for us because that means usually what follows that is we're going to have to mask up in every public place. I don't mind a mask, but I know a lot of people do. I don't get into politics. So, with that information, do as you please. So, new year, new me. What are my 3 things that I want to improve this year? One is maintaining my health. I know a lot of you guys have kept up with my weight loss journey. I had a total of about 70 pounds total gone. I went from 255 to 180 was my lowest weight, my weigh-in that I measured. So 70, 75 pounds. Math is not my best subject unless it's money. So, yeah, weighing, keeping up with health, eating habits. I want to maintain that. I don't want to sit here and not eat anything or worry about what I eat, but I want to maintain a healthy lifestyle with changing things that, for instance, for those of you that are watching the video too, this is a Coke. I usually drink 1 to 3 of these a day. Now we're doing sugar-free, which doesn't taste as good, but that's one step to where we're taking away 180 calories. And I still get the same sensation of the Coke entering my system. I don't know if you guys have that little addiction that you guys enjoy, that you guys like, where it's, hey, I I love the feeling of eating cookies, eating ice cream. I love, for you smokers, that your weed or your cigarettes. Coca-Cola is it for me. It could have been hard drugs, but I chose Coke. So that's where we're at. Um, that is one healthy choice that I've started. I'm going to start drinking sugar-free. As you can see on my face, super excited. Not actually excited, but one step. So we are going to be doing a couple other things. I'm going to start meal prepping again. For those of you that watch my Instagram, my TikTok stories, I do love to cook. I've gotten lazy in this past month and a half. I mean, I cook dinners and like lunches and stuff, but I haven't been meal prepping. I haven't been watching my calories, my intakes, all that stuff. So we're going to get back on track with that. I'll post some recipes for those of you guys that always question me, oh, how do you make that? Send me the recipe. I'll try to write it down. That way you guys have a visual of like measurements. That's my biggest problem is like when I do, besides like the actual like chicken or beef or whatever I put in there, I don't really measure anything else. I kind of just go by taste. And those of you that cook can kind of attest to that, to where you don't really know what you're doing. You're just throwing it in there and you're trusting your taste buds, you're trusting your palate, whatever you want to call it. So that is something I want to get back into. Um, Number two on my list for my three things that I want to focus on this year or change, I guess. I guess it's not really changing, but my three things I want to focus on. Number two is going to be my financial spending and what I spend my money on. Uh, I sat down in December and kind of broke down. I didn't do a whole year, but I did a couple months over what I was spending money on. And besides iced coffee, a couple of the things that I looked at that I was spending money on daily or weekly is just kind of outrageous. So I don't know if you guys have done this, whether you broke down what you spend, whether you have calculated like a dollar amount of something. I'm just going to give you the number. I spent probably about $100 and something on iced coffee in the month of December. Iced coffee in December. It's cold and I'm still drinking iced coffee. Granted, I guess that number probably doesn't move around much because I drink iced coffee daily, sometimes twice a day. My Starbucks, my Dunkin's, local coffee shops here in New York. I love it all. It doesn't matter where it's at. I'm gonna have my iced coffee in my hands, and I'm gonna be drinking it. And the bad thing about iced coffee is you can sit there and chug it and not even realize it's gone. Like the Dunkin' ones are like, I don't even know how many ounces they are, but I can finish that in like 3 minutes without even like paying attention. I'll be in a conversation, I'll be at work, and I'm just slugging that thing back. Oh God, I love iced coffee. But the amount of money, unless I buy an espresso machine and start making it myself, I'm cutting out the cost of iced coffee. I've only had one this year, and it was a work day, and I was super tired, and I thought that was going to be my upper. But so far so good. We've only bought one iced coffee this month, and we're 9 days in. So if I keep that trend up, one times three, that's $21 compared to 100 and something. Even then, I'm cutting cost, and that's not counting all the other things that I am looking to cut cost on, and just my time management to go along with that. Because I have a number three for the things that I want to do, but the number two is kind of like time management and cost management, I guess you call it. My spending habit management. I don't know. Whatever you want to phrase it in, that's what I'm going to phrase it as. Cost management. We're gonna call it that. But time management. So I've done two things major already. As most of you guys know me, I do love my Snapchat. I spend a lot of time on Snapchat, just having random conversations with people I haven't talked to in years. I love just sending pictures of my day to my story. I spend a lot of time on Snapchat. So I deleted it. I am not going to be spending any time on Snapchat. When I look at my data plan and I saw I have unlimited data, but I'm not worried about that. But the amount of time that, like the screen time that was on Snapchat was kind of getting out of hand. And whether that's editing videos, whether that's whatever the case may be, it's just a lot of time that was being spent that I could have used to either study or focus on my exams or whatever the case may be, something career based. I'm starting to think a lot more into the future instead of the now time frame, and it's been a lot healthier. I can already feel a difference where I'm on, like right now, my laptop. My other two things that I have pulled up besides this is how to add products to certain sites where I want to do sales. And my other one is my real estate course. So really focusing in on my time management and the way I spend my money is number two. So that leaves us to number three. What is your number three after you've just talked about time and money? Number three is to maintain positivity and spread that to as many people as I can. That means you guys that listen to my podcast. That means the people in my TikToks. Now, TikTok is a very healthy way for me to reach out to people and be able to spread positivity, to spread motivation. I've had people reach out personal, and I don't want to pull out any messages or any personal conversations directly, but I've had probably over 10 to 20 people reach out in messages about serious matters that have either come from me helping them or just using the words that I've said and spread, or even just made a laugh to someone. Bringing a smile to somebody's face has been the biggest change. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I'm some super famous, whatever, blah, 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 but I have reached a large audience. Some of my videos have reached the millions, hundreds of thousands, and that's just me being me. And it's a good thing to where you have people even reach out from you from your past, whether it be high school friends, it be people that knew about you in the area that you lived in. And they see things that you post, they relate to things, or even a stranger that lives in a different country or a different state that has reached out to you and said, hey, I like what you're doing. I love what you're doing. Um, you bring joy to my life. You bring a smile to my life. You've helped me in many ways that you can't even explain, or whatever the case may be. So I want to continue my positivity. I want to continue my motivation, and I want to just continue bringing smiles to people like you guys, people, as many people as I can reach. The ultimate goal is when I launch my company, like I was speaking earlier, eventually, I want to be able to launch a couple companies and give back to whether it be my hometown or New York or wherever I decide to station up at. But I want to give scholarships to kids who are less fortunate. That's how I grew up. I want to be able to help somebody's situation, whether that be just a couple dollars, $100. Hopefully, I get to the point where I am able to give thousands, hundreds of thousands. That would be ultimate ideal. Now, that's a huge goal, but when I look at my why, and that's going to be my next podcast, most likely, is knowing your why. That's a big topic. I could go on for an hour about why it's important, but that's my why is people. I love a genuine conversation. I love bringing a smile to somebody's face. So that is my number three. Just the positivity and motivating others to be themselves, to be happy, to focus on their mental health, and especially men, women, or non-binary, whatever you want to go by. Just being who you are and loving yourself, because the person that's going to be there at the end of the day is going to be yourself. And if you can sit here and say, I love myself, look in the mirror and be happy with who you are, that is all I can ever ask for. So I want to continue that. And we are right around the 15-minute mark, so I'll cut this down. I know I like to keep my episodes short just because when I'm doing an episode by myself, it's literally just me rambling. I don't have any notes, nothing. It's just I feel like recording. I'm going to hop on here, press record, and go. I wanted to thank you guys who do listen to this podcast. It means a lot to me that you guys want to listen to me speak. Whether if you guys are searching for an answer or if you guys just genuinely like me as a person, I appreciate that so much. I think it was 20 people's number one podcast, and I didn't even release that many episodes. So my promise to you guys is I'll stay more consistent on this. I will focus in on episodes. If I can start editing and make it cooler, make it more fun, I will. I'm not going to promise that, but dang, I got a message. But I will eventually get into editing, or at least pay somebody to edit the videos to make it more fun, more snazzy. Add some music, some cutscenes, all that stuff. But yeah, I'll cut it at that. Thank you guys so much. This is going to be, I will call it season 2, episode 1 of Lofo's Lounge. So thank you all for tuning in. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week.